Welcome back. As we continue to observe Women's Month, we take a look at the role women are playing in the farming sector. For more, we are joined by Bukeka Zakhe, who is a farmer and co-owner of Zakhe Youth Development. Happy Women's Month, Bukeka, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
Well, I wanted to ask you about your journey. I read somewhere that it started off by you gardening and planting spinach just to feed your family, and now it's grown into this business. Tell us more.
Yes, that's how my farming journey started, at a backyard garden, planting spinach just to feed myself and my family. I then realized that farming could do more than just to feed my family, but it can restore dignity, create jobs, and also it can open opportunities for young people.
And that's exactly what you've done for some 22 employees that you have as well. Tell us how you went from, farming in your backyard to now employing people.
Okay, so I visited the Department of Agriculture, introduced myself, and then they introduced an extension officer who assisted with the technical advice, and they assisted with seeds. So we then grew our business to a 10-hectare communal farm. So I also gathered some young people who have interest in what I'm doing. So I'm working along with I'm working along with 4 other young dynamic women.
Yeah, and as we're commemorating Women's Month as well, just talking about certain industries that still appear to be more male-dominated as well. And that one would also be the agriculture industry, where it seems to persistently remain male-dominated. But there are movements and headways that are being made by, courageous women such as yourself. How has that journey been like for you entering that space?
It has been very challenging because your colleagues are males, or your counterparts are males. So when you go out on Farmers' Day, you seek information, they cannot not take you serious. But with the assistance of the Department of Agriculture, they are welcoming. They also have competitions to assist women or to boost women in agriculture. So yeah, the Department of Agriculture has made this journey quite easy for us.
And while the department has also helped to alleviate that process as well, has there been a shift in mentality when you're talking about, your colleagues who are also in the industry, who are male farmers, as well as how they see and treat you as female farmers?
The shift is there partially because they just have to compare the quality of our produce and also with what they have, so they can see that we are a player in the game and we are changing the game.
And that being said, the assistance from the department as well, it still remains, an ongoing challenge when it comes to financing and equipment and things like that. Tell me more about that challenge as well when it comes to the capital side of things, even though you do get some sort of help from the department as well.
That one, it's a barrier to access to access funding. The department can assist with the inputs, growing inputs and all, but you need mechanization. We need tractors, we need planters, we need harvesters, we need irrigation systems, and also logistics, transportation to take your produce to the market. So we don't have access to funding to assist us with infrastructure. So yeah, that is the biggest challenge. We are playing at we are currently selling at a commercial level, but with very limited resources.
And while you're selling at a commercial level, would you say that you're commercially competitive without those resources?
I would say we are, but in an extent that we don't fully meet the market demand because we are delayed in our production plans because we plant manually. And bulk of our produce is dependent on rainfall. So we don't have a proper irrigation system, so that does delay our production process.
And speaking about, rainfall as well, climate change, very big problem globally. So how does that affect your business?
It does affect our business, but because of we are also innovative, we are using underground water, using solar panels also to pump the water.
And to a young woman watching this program right now thinking, hey, that could be an interesting career path, what advice would you give them?
I would say it's possible, but it's a business that needs a resilience. There are so many challenges in farming. Climate change, as you alluded, it's one of those. Market access is also a challenge that other farmers are experiencing. Well, fortunate for us, as far as market is concerned, we are part of Boxer SME development. So that kind of eased that pressure away from us.
All right, Bukeka, I'm wishing you all the success to follow in your business. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your journey with us this evening.